Hello everyone. So, government has reintroduced the Waqf Amendment Bill, of 2024. The bill which was first introduced in the monsoon session of 2024, which was later on referred to a joint committee of parliament, which then submitted its report or its recommendation to the Speaker of Lok Sabha. And now, by including those recommendations, government has again brought the Waqf Amendment Bill. So in this particular video, what we are going to discuss is what is Waqf, then the provisions of the Act of 1995, which this bill of 2024 is trying to amend. So we'll be seeing the provisions of 1995 Act as well as the proposed amendment by the bill of 2024. Then we'll be seeing what is the rationale behind these changes, why government is bringing these amendment in the Act of 1995. Then we'll be seeing why there is being opposition for these changes by the government. So let's begin. Let's first discuss what is Waqf. So Waqf, it is basically a property, right, which is permanently dedicated for religious or charitable purpose. So let's say a Muslim, donates his or her property for two purpose, either religious or charitable purpose. Then that property becomes Waqf property. The very important thing to remember about Waqf property is once you donate your property for these purposes, once you make your property as Waqf property, the very nature of property changes. Meaning, for these purposes, when you donate your property in the name of God. And once you donate your property to God, you cannot reclaim your property. No matter what, a Waqf property cannot be reclaimed by a donor. So that is something you have to remember. But basically, Waqf property is a property which has been donated for either religious or charitable purpose. Now let's see why or what are the features of the Act of 1995, which now government is amending by the bill of 2024. So the Act of 1995, which was later on amended in 2013 as well, it very clearly says that in every state there shall be few survey commissioners. What these survey commissioners will be doing is they will be surveying all Waqf properties in the state. And in 2013, when amendment was done to the Act of 1995, it was mentioned that within 1 year, all states should complete the exercise of surveying of Waqf properties in their state. But the thing is, in few of these states, the exercise itself has not started yet. In some states, even though the exercise of survey was started, but it has not been completed. Giving these reasons, now central government, it has proposed an amendment. They are saying from now onwards, the work of surveying the Waqf properties will not be done by survey commissioner, but by district collector, right? And what can district collector also do is, district collector can delegate this power to any other official of the district, but that official should not be below the rank of deputy collector. So either district collector or a official not below the rank of deputy collector will have to complete this process of surveying, or this responsibility now belongs to these officials. So that is a first change brought by the bill of 2024. The next is about Waqf tribunal. So you see, in case, let's say there is a property which is claimed by Waqf board as Waqf property, but on the same property, a private individual or government also claims that that property belongs to government. In such a case, a dispute will be arising, and that dispute will then be taken to Waqf tribunal. So the Act of 1995 constitute Waqf tribunal in every state. Then the Act of 1995 says that Waqf tribunal will be consisting of 3 members. The first member of Waqf tribunal is a judicial officer who is a chairperson as well. Judicial officer not below the rank of district judge will be the chairperson of Waqf Tribunal, and then there will be a class 1 civil service official of the state government will be another member to the Waqf Tribunal, and the third member to Waqf Tribunal will be a expert on Islamic law. Right? So there will be 3 members to Waqf Tribunal: a district judge, a judicial officer, a civil service official, and 1 expert on Islamic law. Now the government, another important feature of Act of 1995 is that there can be no appeal to the decision given by Waqf Tribunal. Whatever decision Waqf Tribunal gives, there cannot be any appeal to this decision into judiciary. Right? That is what the Act of 1995 says. The Bill of 2024, it says that in place of Waqf Tribunal, from now onwards, if there is a dispute whether a property is Waqf property or not, this dispute will be resolved by district collector and not by Waqf Tribunal. Right? I hope it is clear that this power of Waqf Tribunal has been transferred to district collector by this amendment bill. But there are some there is opposition to this change. The opposition is this, that when we know that many of the disputes regarding Waqf property, government itself is one party to it, right? How can a government official himself or herself can educate on such a matter? It violates a very fundamental principle of justice, that no one should be the judge of his or her own case. Right? Here, an official appointed by government, a district collector, will be the judge of a case where government itself is a party. So that is why many people, they are opposing to this particular change of giving power of Waqf Tribunal to district collector. The next change which is suggested or which is proposed by the Bill of 2024 is something called as Waqf by use. So the Act of 1995, it recognizes one kind of Waqf which is called as Waqf by use. What does it mean? Let's say there is a property which is used for a long time for religious or charitable purpose. Just because that property is used for a long time for religious or charitable purpose, that property can be considered as Waqf property. So by use, you can convert a property into Waqf property. Even though you don't have a legal documentation of donating that property for religious or charitable purpose, that property can be considered as Waqf. Now the government says there is a large number of Waqf properties which are not donated by anybody, or the property which was lying vacant, even of government, it has been encroached by Waqf board. They have made that property as Waqf property by using it for a long time. We have not donated that property for religious or charitable purpose. Waqf board has taken it on its own and now they are claiming such a property to be government property because they have used it for a significant amount of time. The Bill of 2024 says from now onwards, or the properties even before this bill becomes act, right? The properties for which we don't have legal documentation, such properties will not be considered as Waqf property. Such properties will become disputed properties. Right? So the provision in the Act of 1995 of recognizing Waqf properties or Waqf by use as Waqf property, this has been removed by the Bill of 2024. So I hope the rationale behind government bringing this bill or this provision is clear. Why many are opposing to this particular provision is, the people in opposition, they are saying the practice of donating property for Waqf use is very old. In those days, many a times people used to donate their property by just verbal commitment. There was no practice of giving in writing or legal documentation in those times. Just because there is no legal documentation, it does not mean that people of those times did not want to donate their property. They have donated their property on their will, right, on their own. And now you cannot say this property is disputed just because there is no legal documentation. By this logic, more than half of the Waqf properties which are there right now in India will become disputed properties, right? So I hope opposition to this point is also clear. The next change or the major major thing for which there is maximum amount of opposition is this change in the composition of Waqf board. So Waqf board, it is the most powerful body in a state regarding Waqf management or Waqf boards, Waqf properties. So what is Waqf board? Waqf board basically maintains all the properties in a particular state, all the Waqf properties in a particular state. They maintain, they administer, they appoint mutawalis, they see the revenue of all the Waqf properties. So all such work is done by Waqf board. In each state, there is at least one Waqf board. Now the thing is, the Act of 1995, it says Waqf board will be consisting of firstly one chairperson. Chairperson will be appointed by state government. Chairperson should be a Muslim. Then there will be few nominated members. So government, state government will be appointing few members, nominating few members to Waqf board. These nominated members should also be Muslim. The Waqf board further says, or the Act of 1995 further says that all Muslim MPs and MLAs from that state, all of them, they will also be the member of Waqf board. This Act further says all Muslim members of State Bar Council, right? All Muslim members of State Bar Council, they will also be member of Waqf board. Then all such mutawalis whose annual income is more than 1 lakh rupees, they will also automatically become member of Waqf board. And then lastly, state government can appoint some experts on Islamic law as the member of Waqf board. So I hope the composition of Waqf board is clear. There will be one chairperson to be appointed by state government. There will be few nominated members by state government. Please remember, these should be Muslims only. Then they should be Muslim MPs and MLAs from that state. They will automatically become member of Waqf board. All Muslim members of State Bar Council, they will also automatically become member of Waqf board. All mutawalis whose annual income is more than 1 lakh rupees, they will also become member, and there can be some experts on Islamic law be appointed to Waqf board. The bill of 2024, the amendment bill of 2024 makes few changes in the composition of Waqf board. It says the nominated members which are nominated by state government, at least two of them should be non-Muslims. Basically, it allows even non-Muslims to become member of Waqf board. I hope this point is clear. And secondly, a chief executive officer who is a state service official, that also can be a non-Muslim. So these two changes are done by the bill of 2024. Government says by inclusion of non-Muslims into Waqf board, there will be more expertise. They are trying to bring more expertise into the functioning of Waqf board. On the other hand, people of Islamic community, they are saying, how come in the affairs of our own religion, so Waqf properties, they belong to Muslims, how come in the affairs of our own non-Muslims are allowed to interfere, right? So managing the religious affairs, it is one of the fundamental right in part 3 of the Indian Constitution, right? And they are saying by this provision of allowing non-Muslims, they are infringing our fundamental rights. The next change and the last change, important change which the bill of 2025 is suggesting is that the law which is Limitation Act of 1963, right? This law right now is not applicable on Waqf board. So the Act of 1995, it very clearly says that Limitation Act of 1963 will not be applicable on Waqf board. Now what is Limitation Act of 1963? Limitation Act of 1963 says that beyond a period of 12 years, beyond a period of 10 years or after 12 years, the cases related to disputes of these properties cannot be filed to any authority, right? But because exemption was given to Waqf Board, because this provision was not applicable on Waqf Board, Waqf Board, if it finds that a property which should be a Waqf property but right now is not under their control, they can file a complaint, they can file a case against it because the provisions of Limitation Act were not applicable on them. And hence, so government, the logic of government is कि Waqf Board, even though a property which is not a Waqf property, Waqf Board starts claiming over it. Very old properties also they are claiming over it. On the other hand, in opposition to this change, they are saying, what if a property which is not surveyed enough, or the property which is a Waqf property, but somehow that property was taken under the control of either government or by a private individual. Waqf Board after 12 years will not be now eligible to claim over that property. So I hope the changes which are brought by the Amendment Bill of 2024 are clear. I hope the opposition to these changes is also clear. The rationale of government is also clear. So in nutshell, if we have to see this amendment bill, you see government is saying that we are bringing this amendment bill because right now the way Waqf properties are managed in India, that is not in a desired manner. Secondly, there is no transparency in the functioning of Waqf boards in India. Lot many lands which either belong to private individuals or government have been taken in the control by Waqf Board as Waqf land, and hence we are bringing this bill to manage the affairs of Waqf Board in a transparent manner. On the other hand, the opposition parties and many members of the Muslim community, they are opposing to this bill, saying how come government is interfering, why government is trying to interfere in the internal affairs or in the management of the affairs of Muslims in India, which is a fundamental right. So through this video, I tried to explain the provisions of the bill of 2024. I hope this topic is clear to you all. Thank you so much for watching this video.